Let's do the first problem out of the series of problems you got to do after these videos here and show you how to solve one of these. They look complicated at first because of all the blank spots, but they're actually quite easy. So the first thing here is we've got this 7 ball rolling along at 4 meters per second. They give us the mass as 0.1 kilograms, and then it slams into the 8 ball and it slows down because of that, and now it's only going 1 meter per second. So the first thing is, what is its first momentum? Well, that's simply going to be its mass times its first velocity there. So that's easy enough to do. Its mass is 0.1 kilograms. Its velocity is 4 meters per second. So when we multiply those two, we get that its first momentum is 0.4 kilogram meters per second. Now we can go and look and see, well, what's its momentum afterwards? And again, you might see this called P final and this P initial. You might see this called P prime, but it's just going to be mass times velocity. So it's still 0.1 kilograms times its velocity of 1, so we can get that its momentum is 0.1 kilogram meters per second of momentum. We can now answer, what is the change here? Well, we went from 0.4 to 0.1, so if we do our final minus our initial, or just think about it logically, we had a change of negative, that is important, negative 0.3 kilogram meters per second of momentum is our change. And so then we know immediately what the impulse is, because the impulse is always equal to the change in momentum. So the impulse is also negative 0.3, although the only difference is we tend to write Newton seconds as the unit instead of kilogram meters per second for the unit, but they're essentially the same thing, doesn't really matter.